talk about how to make your argumentative argument more powerful. That might be a debate, it might be an argumentation or pro and con article or statement, it could be a speech. The point is you want to persuade someone to your point of view. It's not got to be just your opinion though, because that's an opinion statement. If you want to actually be persuasive, you have to provide some information in order for your viewer or reader to believe what you're saying is true. In this case, we're using as an example the question of whether violent video games contribute to youth violence. The con, which is the argument, no, there's no relationship between violent video games contributing to youth violence, gives right off the bat this information from The Economist. It's an article called Chasing the Dream. The Economist is very well respected and would be a great source for information with one exception. It is now 2015 or 2016 or whatever year it is. The point is this article is from 2005. Any information in it is not very useful. But let's see what they have to say and where their sources are. So I went to that article, put it in the Google search engine and looked at it. 2005, great. It's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. I'm looking for data. Here's something interesting. Under American players of video games by age group, 2005 survey results. For players under 18 years, 35% are those who bought video games, or players, excuse me. So, okay, that source is the Entertainment Software Association, and I'm not sure about their source, but I do know that The Economist is willing to rely on it. It's important information. Here's a good chart. Total violent crime offenses in millions. 1996, it is here. It goes down by 2003. Great, it's dropping. Computer and video game sales in billions of dollars. 1996, it's here. By 2004, it's up here. So sales are going up, crime is going down. But this is from 2005. Let's take a look, or 2003 in this case. Let's take a look at the sources. Bureau of Justice Statistics, that's the FBI. That's a great source for information because we can count on the FBI to do a thorough job to get statistics about crime. If this had been Teen Points of View or Violent Crime Blog, that wouldn't be nearly as interesting or, impressive as the FBI. And the other source of information on video game sales is from the Entertainment Software Association. Again, that's good enough for The Economist. That's good enough for me. Let's go to the FBI first. So I did some searches on violent crime. I found there was some information in 2013. Let's see. When considering, I want to highlight this, 5-year trends, the 2013 estimated violent crime total was 12% below the 2009 level and 14.5% below the 2004 level. Great. I would like to remember that information. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to get my link because I'm going to need that in my paper. FBI crime in the United States 2013. Then quotes because it's going to be in my citation. There's the link. Great. I'm going to keep that for later. Now I did a little more search. Where can I find out about juvenile crime? Well, I did a lot of research on this FBI page and found that they did a comparison in 2012. Great, that's close enough. There wasn't one for 2015 and there wasn't one for 2014. Amongst males, 2008, the change until 2012 was down 14%, 14.3%. Under 18, however, it goes down 34.4% between 2008 and 2012. Great, very interesting information. Oops, I'm going to keep that. Oops. Under 18, 2008 to 2012. All I need is a percentage because millions and the trillions and the statistics are going to be tricky for people to compare. Let's look at females for a second. Females committed only 2.5 million crimes, and males 7.6. It's interesting. Women commit a lot fewer violent crimes than men do. Between 2008 and 2012, total down 5.8%. Under 18, down 31.8% between 2008 and 2012. I'm going to just throw that in. 2008, under 18 women. 2008, 2012, down 31.8. Males, okay. Same website, same article called Crime in the United States, 2012, from the FBI. Okay, great. Going to keep that information. Very useful. Between 2008 and 2012, juveniles committed 34.4% fewer crimes. Looks like this includes all kinds of violent crimes, and that's useful. Okay. I now have some interesting data. I'm going to go back and take a look at what I have here. I can make a statement here. There's a statement at the very top. Considering 5 and 10-year crimes, the 2013 estimate of violent crimes was 12.3% below the 2009 level and 14.5% below the 2004 level. Okay, let's make that something I can use. Let's quote. And then we can say the 2000, when considering 5 and 10-year trends, the estimated violent crime was 12.3 below the 14.5 below, we just need the totals, the 2004 level. Okay, great. I like when considering. All right, that's the FBI. There's my quote. I can use that. Do a total here for males and females? No, it doesn't do that. And we're going to quote number 18. Down there, women 31.8. Females under 18 down 31.8%. Okay, so I have some good information there. I have my links here. You can tell me all about it. Now, let's see what else we can find out. Entertainment Software Association. Who are they anyway? We are video games in the 21st century, essential facts about games and violence, benefits of playing video games, video game violence amongst vulnerable populations. That's an interesting phrase, vulnerable populations. People like to use phrases like, everyone thinks this, or most people think that, but they don't identify that. Clearly, the person making the argument isn't part of the everyone because they don't believe that violent video games are making people more violent. So we can't say everyone. We can say some people, we can say most people, we can say many people. We can say the general population. We can also use the word population to identify who we're talking about. The population of individuals, male and female, under 18. So we can say, amongst individuals under 18, violent crimes have gone down X% for men or for males and X% for females. So clearly, in spite of the rise in the use of video games, the crime is going down. That's our population. Our population is people under 18. Looks like there's a bunch of stuff here. I might be able to use some of it. Let's see what we've got here. Essential facts about games of violence. So many of the same pieces of information we have. Read our essential facts. Oh, that's a PDF. Okay. I might find some interesting information on here. Public policy, about industry facts. Let's see what industry facts are. Our 2005 essential facts. How our games have evolved. More than 150 million people play games, blah, 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 blah. Improving health, improving that, improving this. Oh, that's still the PDF. Okay, I might find some good information here. I do know that by 2005, some of the information existed. Let's assume that I'm going to find a similar thing on this site for a more recent time. That's the kind of search I'm finding to compare with the violence. This is an example of when the details of your facts and the source of your facts make your argument stronger. If I said The Economist in 2005 explained X, Y, or Z, I'd have data that's 10 years out of date, and it would be only as good as my source, which is an excellent magazine, but it's just a magazine. When I say my data comes from the FBI, it gives me a lot more weight. It makes my argument more persuasive because then my listeners or my readers are saying, wow, if the FBI says it, it must be true or very nearly true. So when this person argues violent crime has gone down during a period when video game sales have gone up, I know the violent crime going down part is something I can rely on. That's why following the data, and that's what we did when we went from site to site. We were following the data. What does the Economist say? What does the Economist say about the FBI? What does the FBI say? I'm continuing to seek further and further into my data to find more powerful sources. That's it. Have fun. Be persuasive.